So last time, Love Me had to stay the night, and was promptly kicked out the next morning, and now Sumugu is on the way to school. Since I left for school a little later than usual today, I decided to pick up the pace. Looks like I made it in time. As the first bell rang, I arrived in class just before homeroom began.
Ohayo, Tsumugu. 今日はギリギリだね.
Oh yeah, overslept a little. I obviously couldn't tell him about Love Me, so I had no choice but to lie. As does every other visual novel protagonist whenever there's a supernatural being in vicinity.
もしかして夜にやってたかりんちゃんの生配信見てたとか?
Wait, she was streaming?
その反応だと見逃したんだ.
God damn. I hate when I miss my favorite streamers. But, unfortunately, a few of them are only broadcasting early in the morning because they live in Japan, and therefore I sleep through most of their streams. It was true. This is Love Me's fault too. Final bell for class rang. However, our sensei was still nowhere to be seen.
Sensei, 遅いね.
Yeah, it seems like it. Incidentally, first period was modern Japanese, taught by none other than our class's homeroom teacher, Minako Sensei. In other words, he'd be jumping straight into a lesson after homeroom. As such, it wasn't too much of a problem that she was a little late, but...
Sensei 来たみたい.
Oh. Shortly before homeroom period was to end, the door to the classroom clattered open. It was Minako Sensei. Classmates who had been chattering away, us included, quickly scattered and returned to our seats.
ごめんなさい。いろいろあって教室に来るのが遅れてしまいました。でもその理由は皆さんにとっては朗報かもしれません。
Murmurs began to fill the classroom as everyone wondered what was going on.
なんと、このクラスに新しい仲間が増えることになりました。
Oh, really? I wonder.
とても可愛い女の子がこのクラスに転校してくることになったんです。
Murmuring in the room began growing even louder. Boys in particular sounded quite excited at the prospect of the new student being a cute girl. Naturally, there were a few people with questions as well. The new school semester had only just begun after all. It's rather unusual for there to be a transfer student at this time of year. For some reason, though, I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Yeah, I bet you are. I really hoped I was wrong.
それでは、恋にエイルさん、どうぞ。
Ed Koimi. Her name didn't sound very Japanese. She's a foreign student, I suppose it wasn't unusual that she transferred halfway through the year. Perhaps it took a while to get her visa or get through the immigration process or something like that. I'd seen that mentioned on the news a few times before. Oh. It was then that the girl entered the room. Excuse me. And, with that, thumbnail! While the boys in the class oohed in admiration, I could hardly believe my eyes. No. No, but wait. She had the same air, had the same face, but she had no wings except for the ones in her hair, nor a halo upon her head. Her clothes were different too. She was wearing our school's uniform. The hell hell's going on? As I stared, bewildered, the girl began writing her name on the blackboard. Excuse me. Yeah, she probably wrote her actual name by mistake. Flustered, the girl quickly erased what she just wrote. L-O-V. She had clearly been writing the letters L-O-V. Pretending nothing had happened, she started writing away on the blackboard again. This time she wrote her name properly. Koimi Eru. Breaking it down. Koi means love. Me. Eru. Yep, that settled it. Could she be any less subtle? The hell is this girl thinking transferring here? Hey, you didn't let her stay the night, so or stay at your house, so she has to spy on you. I mean, look after you somehow. Is this her way of taking revenge on me for kicking her out of my house?
日本人のお父さんとリーベル王国という国のお母さんの間で生まれて、少し前までリーベル王国で暮らしていたそうです。幼い頃は日本で暮らしていたということで、日本語も堪能です。皆さん、小泉さんと仲良くしてあげてくださいね。はじめまして、小泉エイルです。
Excuse me.
ふつつか者ですが、皆さんよろしくお願いします。
Classroom erupted with cheers. Who the hell is this kingdom of Liebe anyway? Well, Liebe is the German word for love. So, somewhere by Germany and Austria, perhaps. Sounded vaguely European. I don't recall there ever being such a country, though. But no one else seemed to be questioning it, so I guess there really was.
それでは小泉さん、とりあえず空いている右奥の席に座ってください。
She's gonna sit next to me, isn't she?
まだ新学期が始まったばかりとはいえ、勉強を含めてわからないことがあったら周りのクラスメートに聞いてくださいね。はい、ありがとうございます。
She smiled, looking the oh fuck. She smiled, looking like the very picture of a beautiful schoolgirl. I could hear dreamy sighs coming from all directions.
それでは早速授業を始めましょうか。
With that, class began as it always did. That said, the atmosphere in the class was definitely different from usual. It felt as if there was an air of restlessness hanging about the entire room. It's only natural that everyone seemed to be curious about Eru Koimi, or rather, Love Mieru. Once class was over, the rest of my classmates were sure to surround her and bombard her with questions. It happened all the time. So, while I had the chance, I shot Love Mieru, aka Koi Mieru, a quick message on Rhyme. It's a damn good thing we'd exchanged contact info last night. What are you doing here? I pressed send. A moment later, I received a sticker of an angel cheekily sticking her tongue out. How did you even pull this off? I pressed send again.
今は授業中です。こうして隠れてメッセージをやり取りするのは楽しいですが、今は注目されてる身。
Yeah, I know.
説明は後で休み時間にさせてください。
Fat chance. Once break time came around, she'd undoubtedly be swarmed by our classmates. I wouldn't even be able to talk to her. Oh, Sorry about that. My insides are giving me fits right now. Anyway, no matter how little common sense this angel had, she should have been able to see this coming if she was as big a manga fan as she claimed. Oh, typo.
Koimi-san, 日本語上手だね。
And let the bombardment begin.
ありがとうございます。漫画が好きなもので。すごく珍しい名前だよね。せっかくだし、エイルちゃんって呼んでもいい？
As I'd predicted, Eiru was immediately surrounded by her classmates come break time. I wondered if she'd be able to answer all their questions, or if she'd end up saying something that would blow her cover. And more importantly, when would I get the chance to talk to her?
さっきからずっと小泉さんの方見てるよね。気になるなら話しかけてみれば？
Yeah. What?
つむちゃん、小泉さんに何か聞きたいことがあるなら、私が聞いてこようか
Isuzu? I hadn't even noticed her next to me. Yeah. Daijoubu. It's not like I'm in a hurry to ask her anything in particular. Except what the hell is she doing here? But in truth, I was itching to interrogate her. Reflexively, I looked toward Ada. Oh yeah, she's overwhelmed. Or maybe not. Coincidentally, our eyes met. Hold on. I gotta go back to this.
ここまで戻っちゃうんです。バックジャンプ成功です。
That's the thumbnail. On top of that, she even waved at me, prompting the rest of our classmates to break into whispers.
なんか仲良さそうじゃん。
そうだぞ。一体どういうことなんだ？
Oh boy.
マソラちゃんやイスズちゃんたちだけじゃなくて、エイルちゃんまでとか。
Do you even know that Masura is a guy? It's not like that, okay? Just happened to run into Ada last night, so...
早速呼び捨て？つむちゃん、いつの間にそんなに仲良くなったの？
Or not. It was just a slip of the tongue. Oh my god.
そうです。私とつむぐさんは無関係ですよ。わざわざそういうのが余計怪しいな。確かに。
Don't look at me like that, Isuzu. All I did was give her a few directions yesterday. In order to escape the doubtful stares of my classmates, I ended up lying about how I'd helped Eiru by showing her around town, after she explained that she'd only just moved here and had gotten lost. Thankfully, most people seemed to be convinced by the story, and I was let off the hook. For now. Oh boy.
でもさ、よくよく考えたらうちのクラスすごいよね。結構な美少女揃いっていうか。
Wait a minute. Oh. I don't have to hit the escape button. I accidentally clicked the right mouse button and does that too. Anyway. Masura said pointedly. In the midst of the boisterous classroom, one girl sat apart from the rest, quietly studying by herself. Rinka Saijo. Elegant and beautiful, she was a model student to boot. Only to be expected, of course, from the scion of the famous Saijo conglomerate. In her first year, she was by far the student with the highest grades. For an exceedingly average school like ours, she stood out like a rose among thorns, to say the least. Someone like her would fit in much more at some sort of preppy all-girls academy instead. But as for why she attended our school, I'd heard that her health had been rather frail and that she'd been in and out of the hospital quite often until fairly recently. As a result, she hadn't been able to dedicate herself to her studies, which led to her enrollment here. However, given her family's illustrious background, it was said that she'd be moving on to some other prestigious institution once she graduated, and so even now, she took her education very seriously. All of this made her somewhat hard to approach, but no one could deny that she was the very image of a beautiful young lady. True. I had heard there were dozens of underclassmen and upperclassmen who tried making advances toward her. But as it turns out, their efforts were in vain. She's in love with her education. An exercise in futility. He may as well have been talking to a brick wall. Oh, shut up. I told you it's not like that. Besides, I couldn't even picture her falling in love with someone. Much less me. Matter of fact, it hadn't even occurred to me to write her name in the love note last night. Oh yeah. She's not a part of the... wasn't a part of the list. Then again, I don't even remember who that green-haired girl is. I think that might be Karen. Anyway. How so? It was true. For once, I was feeling oddly conscious of him. Well, that might have something to do with it. Maybe. But the truth was, it was mostly Love Mail's fault. 90-day time limit might seem like a long time, but it's really not. If I don't find a serious relationship in that time, my Chin-Chin will never be able to get hard again. Yeah, more the merrier. Also, well, I'm thinking about it. One of the voice actresses in this game, I forget exactly who she voices, but today is, according to Twitter, today is her birthday, as of this recording, so, happy birthday, Ayumi Seta! Well, better or for worse, the bell rang at that moment, signaling the start of the next period. Hi. After saying this rather deliberately, Isuzu returned to her seat. Well, I guess I don't blame her. It's gotten a little awkward between us ever since I quit the club, since we've had less in common to talk about. But at any rate, it didn't look like I'd be getting a chance to talk to her anytime soon. Gazing at the group of people still gathered around Ada's desk, reluctant to leave even as the bell rang, I heaved a sigh. Lunchtime arrived. Well, I bought my own lunch today, so why don't we just eat here? Oh, Urasai! Making a bento wasn't that big a deal, you even made your own. As I took my lunchbox out of my bag, my phone began to vibrate. I looked at the notification. It was a message from Ada.
屋上で待ち合わせましょう。
Okay, change the plans.
お弁当を持って集合です。
Oi! Didn't she say she was here to support me? She's been doing nothing but lead me around. Hey, at least she doesn't have you by the balls. Literally. Yet. Exasperated, I picked up my bento and stood up.
どうしたの、つむぐ。
Sorry, I just remembered something I gotta do.
そうなの？残念。
Sorry, we'll eat together next time. Apologizing to Masuda, I quickly left the classroom. And with that, I gotta check something. And we are safe from the dreaded Splatoon character making another appearance. Apologizing to Masuda, I quickly left the classroom. As I exited into the hallway, I bumped into a couple familiar faces on the way to the rooftop. And of course. Kururu! Iwazuta and Kosaki-san. Although Kosaki-san was my coworker at the restaurant, she was a rather shy person and rarely made eye contact. That's why I love her. Also, she reminds me of Mashiro. Kind of. A little bit. We were able to communicate normally at work though, so at the very least, I don't think she disliked me.
兄さん、これからお昼ですか？
Uta smiled, looking at her handmade bento that I was carrying.
もしよかったら一緒に食べませんか？
Yeah, Taizobu. I'm sure you two would rather enjoy your lunch by yourselves.
いえ、佐久間先輩はうたちゃんのお兄さんですし、クルルのことは気にしないでください。
Kosaki-san said timidly in a quiet voice. If I had the love note with me, it'd probably tell me that socializing with my Imoto and my Kohai was the right choice, but... thanks, but I was planning to eat on the roof anyway, so...
屋上？一人でですか？
Not exactly, no.
それに、今日は風が強いです。屋上へ行く人はほとんどいないと思いますけど。
Isn't it windy on rooftops anyway? If you know, slightly?
もしかして呼び出しですか？
See, Kururu gets it.
まさか告白とか？
Not exactly. No, it's nothing like that, okay? It's just, we have a new transfer student who's not familiar with the place, so she asked me to show her around, that's all. I showed her my phone to indicate said request when suddenly, I received a new notification.
エイルって呼び捨てにしてるんですか？そもそも転校生ともう連絡先を交換してるって。先輩、隅に置けないですね。
Look, I gotta run.
あ、兄さん。
We're in Kururu's view now.
佐久間先輩の恋愛事情ですか？
Yes.
気になります。
Very interesting indeed. And we're back to our view. Arriving at the rooftop, I looked around, but Love Mieta didn't seem to have arrived yet. Fortunately, however, Yuta was right. There's no one else up here today, so Love Mieta and I should be able to talk freely. A minute passed, then another. I was just wondering when she'd show up. When? She just came dropping in from the sky. Whoa! Oh. Oh. Almost choked. I let out a surprised yelp. I hadn't even noticed Love Meal standing beside me. What's more, she's using her winged form as well. What are you doing? We're at school, you idiot! Someone's gonna see you! Oh, alright. Give us even more of a chance to think everyone... give us even more of an opportunity for everyone to think I'm an idiot. Or a crazy person. Or both. Oh, well, that's just great. Now I look like some kind of maniac talking to myself on the roof. How'd you come from the sky, anyway? Aren't you having trouble shaking everyone off? I wonder if there's actually people that do everything based off of manga. I mean, literally everything. Probably is, but, you know. What do I know? You're way too reckless! Did this girl have any intention of hiding her true identity at all? Clearly not. Ah, whatever. I had other things I needed to ask her at the moment. Well, you gonna tell me what you're doing here? Why'd you suddenly decide to transfer to my school? Alright, well, half of that I guessed immediately. Advice. Uh-huh. This Archangel fellow is being much too lenient on Love Meal. If you ask me, he hasn't been useful in the slightest. Come to think of it, how did Love Meal get accepted into the school anyway? The same class as me, no less. I suppose anything was possible for someone called the Archangel, though. Yeah, except for when you fuck up, in which case you get smited. Yeah, well, certainly looks good on you. Alright, hold on. So you had your own selfish reasons for enrolling here after all. Yep. I'm starting to get angry. I was gonna give her a wicked noogie. Putting her in a headlock, I began grinding my knuckles into her temples. Into her temples? Dude, you give a noogie on top of the head, not the side. Ow. Are you planning to show up to school every day from now on? Really? Yeah, that goes without saying. I take it you found a place to stay then? Releasing Edo, I turned to face her again. Originally, she had promised me she'd look for a place to stay today, yet here she was. Yep. Oi, why didn't you take care of that first? Dude, you're gonna bore a hole in the side of her head. Oh, yada yada. What am I gonna do with you? Yeah? How soon? Listen here, you. Oi! Don't go testing other people's food without their permission! Where's your food? I thought this was supposed to be a lunch meeting. That's what her rhyme message had said earlier after all.
そのままの意味ですよ。クラスの皆さんが学食に誘ってくださったのでご一緒しようと思っていたのですが、お昼ご飯代を持っていないことに気づきまして。
Oh, yes. I don't think she has any money at all. Edu chuckled sheepishly. So...
愛妻弁当ならぬ曖昧弁当のご商売に預かろうかと。
Like hell you are! You've got some nerve, you know that? Having had nothing but yogurt this morning, I knew her stomach must be pretty empty, but still. If you're really that hungry, go ask that archangel of yours to do something about it.
いいじゃないですか。ちょっとくらい、半分くらい分けてくれても、転校祝いで。
I don't think he wants to celebrate. That's the last thing I feel like celebrating.
彩り豊かな手作りのお弁当。つむぐさん、愛されてますね。
Paying me no attention, Ada began digging into my lunchbox. As I watched, all I could do was heave a deep sigh. You really are a piece of work. I think I'd even have to deal with love mail at school now as well. What's gonna happen to my student life from now on? I don't see the problem. Unless she fucks up somewhere, in which case... Well, I guess you're screwed. I shudder to even imagine. After school, Edu and some of the girls in our class headed into town to hang out together. Yeah, she's really living up the normie lifestyle, huh? Though, I guess you could say she was just as good at socializing. Just good at socializing. Either way, she sure seemed to be making the most of her student life. I, meanwhile, only had my part-time job to look forward to.
そろそろ行こっか、つむぐ。
Hi. Masada and I exited the classroom together.
あ、先生。あら、こんにちは。二人とも帰るところ？今教室に小泉さんいるかしら？
She's already left.
早速友達ができたみたいですよ。クラスの女の子たちが学園の周りを案内するそうです。それならよかったわ。この時期に急な転校でしょ。今は私も手続きなんかで手一杯だから心配していたの。
Is it really true that Edu transferred here from overseas?
何言ってるの、つむぐ。確かに小泉さん、日本語うまいし漫画の話も詳しいみたいだけど。
I know it's a bit of a weird question to ask, but still. She said something about the Archangel granting her permission to enroll in my school. Was she telling the truth?
それが私にもよくわからないの。
は？
今朝ホームルームが始まる前に校長先生に呼ばれて小泉さんを紹介されたのよ。今日から私のクラスへ転校してくるって。
Don't they usually work that shit out well in advance?
制服も教科書も一式揃っていたから前々から決まっていたのだとは思うけれど。
Yeah, exactly. Minako sensei tilted her head in puzzlement.
でも小泉さんが早速クラスに馴染めているならよかったわ。新学期も始まったばかりだし、私も担任として頑張るから楽しい一年にしましょうね。
It seemed Minako sensei was less concerned about the mystery of the new transfer student than she was about her students having a good time at school. It's my kind of teacher. I'd always thought she was a cute homeroom teacher, but speaking to her in person like this, it was clear why she was so well liked. Seeing such a genuine smile would make anyone's heart skip a beat.
峰越先生、クラスの様子を見に来ただけ？もしかして小泉さんに用事があったとか？ああ、そうそう。部活動の一覧とか朝間に合わなかったプリントを渡そうと思っていたの。でも明日にするわ。二人とも引き止めてしまってごめんなさい。
That's okay.
それじゃあまた明日ね、先生。また明日。気をつけて帰るのよ。
After bidding her farewell, Masura turned to grin at me.
紡ぐ、なんかデレデレしてる。
Oh dear God. Every girl I talk to is gonna get this reaction from him, isn't it? Also, yes. For those of you that, for some reason, didn't watch the first, I think it was mentioned in the first episode. Masura is... You know what? I'm gonna wait. Fuck it, Masura's a guy. Huh? Don't be stupid.
隠さなくてもいいんだよ。峰越先生、可愛いもんね。
Hell yeah. Well, I won't deny that.
もう素直じゃないんだから。
Yeah, we know. He's a soon. Admittedly, I did think Sensei was rather cute. And according to the love note, I only had a time limit of 90 days. It would be wise to explore as many options as I could. Plus, the forbidden love between a teacher and a student was a pretty common manga trope, too. Yeah. And highly illegal in real life. Perhaps I could try writing Sensei's name in the love note just to see what it says. After heading to work with Masura, I decided to stop thinking about school and focus on my job. That being said, I couldn't help but worry about Love Mail as time went by. I was afraid she'd gone babbling to our classmates about the love note or the fact that she was actually a tenchi. Worse yet, she might have even sprouted her wings and started flying around in the middle of town. I really don't think she's that stupid, dude. Come to think of it, what were they even doing? She said she didn't have any money for lunch. She planning to use her angel powers? Wasn't thinking of dotting and dashing in front of her friends, was she? What?
もうどうしたの？仕事中にぼーっとしてたよ。もしかして小泉さんのことを考えてたり？
Why would I be dreaming about her of all people?
ほうほう。その気になる小泉さんとは？今日うちにやってきた転入生ですよ。とっても可愛い女の子なんです。ほほう、それはいい。ぜひ会ってみたいものだな。
Great, get someone else involved.
あ、これスカウトするつもりだ。もしされちゃったらどうする？つむぐ。
What do you mean?
気になる人と一緒に働けるんだよ。嬉しくない？
I told you it's not like that. Besides, she's a tenchi. There's no way she'd work a part-time job. Are you sure about that? She started going to your school just to be around you. You really think she wouldn't decide to work here? Or so I'd like to think, but she would end up enrolling in my school. I wouldn't put it past her completely. Nope. I'll have to remind her to never step foot in here next time I get the chance. After pulling myself together and getting back to work, another couple hours passed. But just as we'd gotten through the peak hours and it seemed like we could take a breather, let me guess. The door chimes, signaling another customer. It is time. Yep. Ugh. The entrance to it, Koimieru, in her school uniform.
こんばんは。来ちゃいました。
Yeah, you could say that again. Of course she'd show up just as I was thinking of telling her not to. What are you doing here? I thought our classmates were showing you around town.
それはもうたっぷりしてもらいました。ただ。
ただ。
私、人間のお金を持っていないもので、みんなと一緒にカフェには行けなかったんです。
You could have just hung out with them. You don't need money to go to a cafe unless they tell you to buy something or get the hell out. Oh. Naruhodo. I resisted the urge to ask her if the Archangel couldn't have done something for her. It would have been a problem if someone overheard me.
でも、みんなとカフェの話をしてたら、お店の美味しいご飯をどうしても食べたくなってしまったので。
I don't blame you.
そうだ、つむぐさんがアルバイトしているお店に行こうとなったわけです。
What's that supposed to mean?
ですから、つむぐさんのバイト先で食べれば、つむぐさんがおごってくれるかなって。
Free dinner? What the hell do you think this is, a fucking charity? You got another thing coming. Balled my hand into a fist and gave it another nogi. Oh my god.
グリグリしないでくださいよ。お客さんに暴力振るっちゃダメです。
You're not a customer if you got no money. Get!
そんな、私はつむぐさんの恋天使なんですよ。無限にしないでください。
Dude, you better watch yourself, otherwise she'll make your little guy into a limp noodle for the rest of your life. Shh! You're being too loud! I reflexively let go of her. This girl cared more about a free meal than she did about keeping her identity as an angel a secret.
大丈夫ですか、先輩。お知り合いですか？
Kosaki-san called out timidly, perhaps worried that I was being held up by a customer. Well, sort of. More of an acquaintance than a friend. Oh boy. Next person to notice us was Masura, who called out to Eiru as he came closer.
どうしたの？こんなところで。確かマソラさんですよね。あれ、ちゃんと挨拶してなかったのに、僕のこと知ってくれてるんだ。
She's very perceptive.
教室で目立ってますし、可愛いなって思ってクラスの子に名前を聞いたというか。可愛い？そう？それほどでもあるかな。ねえねえ、聞いてた？僕可愛いって。
Yeah. He didn't seem too displeased to hear it. In fact, he seemed over the moon. Gotta hand it to her. She just knows what Masura likes to hear.
小泉さん、僕のこと名前で呼んでくれてるし、僕もエールちゃんって呼んでもいい？もちろんです。
Talk about fast friends. Did all angels of love have such astute powers of observation? Nah, this is a love mail we're talking about. Oh, come on, you gotta give her some credit.
おい、お前ら、入り口前で何をしているんだ？
Ah, Tencho. It was Kina-san, our Tencho. She probably came over here to scold us, but...
おや？ほほー？
Oh boy. The moment she spotted Ada, her attitude changed. She began circling around her, checking her out. You want to talk about the violence against the customers being against company policy? This is Kina-san's reaction whenever she spotted a pretty girl she'd never seen before.
つむぐさん、この方は？
Just hold still for a second. She'd get angry at me if I stopped her now. Plus, it's kind of served David right, getting ogled by a pervert. Apparently, Kina-san had come to some sort of conclusion.
顔よし、スタイルよし、なんとなくだが性格も良さそうでよし。
Yeah, good enough.
君、うちで働かないか。
Hold on, please stop hiring people out of the blue.
喜んで。
God damn it. And you! Don't go jumping aboard without a second thought!
エールちゃんノリいいね。
店長チェックをクリアしたということはホール要員ですね。
Yeah, I highly doubt Ada can cook after all. Wait, that's not the issue here! Ada, you can't work here.
なんでですか、つむぐさん。私は一度アルバイトというものをしてみたいと思ってたんです。
Yeah, I don't see the problem, dude, unless she blows your cover, in which case... Now you're both fucked. I knew it. How's her same excuse for enrolling in my school? Part-time job is a lot of work. You won't have the time to do other things you want or should be doing. Read between the lines, Anu! You got more important things to do than being a student, like being an angel of love, remember?
そんなものはないから大丈夫です。
Oh, really? Is that what you think of me right now? Jesus. God damn it. Yes, you do! What happened to supporting me in my quest for love?
なんだつむぐ、どうして邪魔をする。さっきマソラと話していただろう。気になっている子と一緒に働けたら嬉しいとな。
Stop putting words in my mouth! The only thing we talked about was the possibility of her working here. I never said I'd be happy about it.
そうなんですか、つむぐさん。やっぱり。
What do you mean, knew it? Knew what?
ともかくエイルちゃん、気が向いたらここに連絡をくれ。もしくはつむぐやマソラたちにやりたいと伝えてくれるだけでもいい。
She'll probably start working here without me knowing.
ありがとうございます。
Haru smiled happily as Kina-san handed her her business card. Anyway, you came here to eat, right? Follow me to your seat.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Since the restaurant was virtually empty, she could have sat anywhere. However, I guided Anna as far away from the employee entrance as possible, toward the most inconspicuous seat in the house. Here, sit.
私、こっちの席がいいです。
Oh, good God. Ahoy! I had purposely shown her toward the most out-of-the-way seat we had, but Ada chose to sit right next to the employee entrance instead. Seemed like she was eager to chat with the other workers. I had a bad feeling about this. Alright, look, why did you come here?
もちろん、つむぐさんに晩ご飯をご馳走してもらうためです。
Right, because it's not like you have anything better to do, huh? Yep. Oh man. I'm gonna love this. I mean, I already do love it, but I'm gonna love this entire game. I can see it already. Edo straightened up in a hurry at my accusatory tone.
勘違いしないでください、つむぐさん。さっきのは世間の目を欺くために言っただけですよ。
Uh-huh. Sure you did. That's a lie for sure. She's definitely serious when she said it.
私の真の目的は視察なんですよ。
Surveillance?
学生だからといって学園だけが出会いの場ではありません。
Yeah, she's not wrong.
つ 紡さんのような勤労学生はバイト先でも素敵な出会いをしていることでしょう。
I wonder if they have a rule against lovers working in the same place. A conflict of interest kind of thing.
もしや紡さんの運命の人はバイト先にいるのではと思ったわけです。
So you decided to go undercover as a customer to investigate.
はい。
Ah. I see. A likely story. We both know you're just here for the free food.
心の声がダダ漏れですよ。
Well, since you're already here, guess I can treat you to our cheapest thing we have. Bowl of corn soup. That'll do, right?
全然よろしくないですよ。メニューには美味しそうなご飯とスイーツがいっぱい載ってるじゃないですか。今日は紡のおごりなんだ。
じゃあ僕のおすすめを持ってきてあげる。
Stop eavesdropping!
だって気になるんだもん。僕を可愛いって言ってくれた子いじめないでよね。
Or what? I'm not bullying anyone.
マサラさんお願いします。私、紡さんのお金でイチゴパフェが食べたいんです。
Yep, there's her love of strawberries again.
よーし僕に任せて。
I'm not paying for shit! If I left these two alone, they're probably gonna end up ordering everything on the menu. Reluctantly, I eventually agreed to treat Eoru to a strawberry parfait and a drink. Wouldn't that constitute as a... You know what, I'm not gonna question it. And I headed toward the kitchen to put her order down.
おい、紡。
As I was about to return to the dining floor, Kina-san called out to stop me. Eh? Nande?
相手が転校生だというのに、随分と仲が良さそうだったな。
Not really. Masaru's gotten just as friendly with her too.
いや、マソラならともかく、お前がいきなり他人と仲良くなるなんて珍しいぞ。もしかして、あれか？好みのタイプってやつか？
Oh, that look.
それです。くるるも気になります。
It too, Kosaki-san? Look, it's not like that, alright? I gave Kina-san and Kosaki-san the same explanation I'd given Masura and my other classmates.
引っ越してきた日に出会って案内したと。
Yes.
運命的ですね。まるで何かのラブストーリーみたいです。
To think even the chronically shy Kosaki-san was taking such a keen interest in this. What was it with girls and their obsession with fate and destiny anyway?
ごちそうさまでした。それでは私はそろそろ帰りますね。
I'll be right back. Finally, we're back. Swear to God, if I get interrupted again before the episode's over. Alright.
つむぐさんのバイトが終わるまで待っていましょうか？
Absolutely not. Scram. She's obviously just gonna use that as an excuse to go home with me again. Besides, I wouldn't be able to concentrate on the job with her hanging around. I'd be too busy worrying about her saying something she shouldn't. Peak business hours may have already passed, but it'd still be a problem.
おや、エイルちゃん、帰るのか？はい、ごちそうさまでした。いちごパフェ、とっても美味しかったです。満足してもらえたなら何よりだ。
By the way, Kina-san, about her bill. Just as I was about to offer to pay for it, a sharp gleam suddenly glinted on my Tensho's eye.
この町にやってきたお祝いということで、私のおごりにしておこう。
Oh, by the way, while I was Waiting for the noise to die down in the background, I went ahead and looked it up. Apparently it is not Ayumi Setter's birthday. There's another Ayumi. But anyway. Ah, you're the best, Tensho! My wallet thanks you too.
その代わりバイトのことは考えておいてくれ。はい、もちろんです。
Never mind, I take it back. You know what? I think I'd rather just pay for her a meal than have her start working here.
照れ隠しはよせよ。本当は期待してるんだろう。
Absolutely not.
もったいない。
Kosaki-san murmured under her breath. What's a shame.
それではごちそうさまでした。
As Ada left the restaurant, I heaved a large sigh.
いやー、可愛い子だったな。本当にバイトをしてくれたらいいのだが。
I really hope she doesn't. About a half hour after Ada had gone, it was finally time for my break. When I checked my phone, I saw that Ada had sent me a message.
妹さんの部屋の窓が開いていたので、中に入らせてもらいました。
Of course.
漫画を読んで待っていますね。バイト、頑張ってください。
She hadn't planned on looking for a place to stay tonight at all, had she? Nope. You really thought she was going to? After work, I made my way home. When I went up to my room, Eru, or rather Love Mieru, was lying on my bed reading my manga.
あ、おかえりなさい、つむがさん。
Right at home, aren't you?
うたさんが部屋の窓を開けてくださっていたのは本当に幸いでした。おかげでこうしてくつろぎながらゆっくりと漫画が読めましたし。
You realize this is trespassing, right?
一応ライムで連絡したじゃないですか。
That was just you looking for permission after the fact.
それにしてもいいバイト先でしたね。店長さんもとても気さくな人でしたし。
Yeah. Sensing the conversation turning against her, Love Mieru quickly changed the subject. You're not seriously thinking about working there, are you?
え？ダメですか？喫茶店とかファミレスでバイトをするのも私の夢の一つだったんですよ。
Sure.
あのお店の制服も可愛いですし、やりたいなって思ってしまいました。
I can only sigh. Whatever, pass me the love note, will ya?
おお、つむがさん、やる気満々ですね。
More like I want to get out of this situation as fast as possible. Anyway, just out of curiosity, what did you think of today?
どうとは？
You're going around my school and my workplace, checking out my relationships with other people, aren't you? I'm asking you what your permissions... I'm asking you what your impressions were. There we go.
そういうことですか。素直なところでは、マソラさんと仲がいいなと思いました。
Here we go. Masura, huh?
つむぐさんにはいろいろ思うところがあるようですけど、いつも一緒にいるわけですし。私から見れば運命の人はマソラさんでいいんじゃないかと思うくらいです。
Huh. Now that you mention it, I didn't tell you yet, did I?
ん？何がですか？
Judging by her reaction, she hadn't heard the news at school either. Looks like I'll have to be the one to burst her bubble. Yep. Masura's a guy. As expected, she looked utterly bewildered. Not that I was keeping it a secret or anything, though. Just hadn't found the right opportunity to tell her.
冗談じゃないですよね。
Nope. It was true. Despite appearances, Masaru was biologically a male. Anyway, see how that wouldn't work. I didn't swing in that particular direction at the moment, and I don't think I ever would.
申し訳ありません。私の早とちりで。
It's okay, I'm not really bothered. Besides, it's only natural you'd get the wrong idea. It's his fault for going to school dressed like that to begin with. At our school, girls were allowed to wear boys' uniforms, and so that meant boys are allowed to wear girls' uniforms as well. At least that was Masaru's interpretation. But no one had any complaints about it. General consensus was that it was fine since he looked cute. Honestly, I thought so too. In the first place, you couldn't tell he was a boy just by looking at him.
それじゃあ、今日は誰の名前を書くんです？
Let's see. Who should I choose? And with that, that's gonna do it for this episode of my Klutzy Cupid, and I swear to God, I hope that it sounds okay when I go to edit it. You already know who I'm gonna choose because, like I said, I gotta go with Eru 5 times in a row if I wanna... Wait a minute. Yeah, I wanna go with Eru 5 times in a row if I wanna get with Kururu. So, I'll choose her next time to start off. But, until then, don't be a dick to your significant other. Angels are maybe people too, and keep on rocking.